Good morning, students. Good morning, all of you. I hope you all are well and you all are following the COVID precautions. So, now we're going to start our next chapter, third chapter, that is synthetic fiber and plastics. Topics to be covered in this lesson are introduction, natural versus synthetic fibers, types of synthetic fibers, where we will talk about rayon, nylon, and polyester, plastics, plastic, and the environment. Now, when we talk about the synthetic fiber in plastics, what are the things that you see around yourself which are made up of this kind of fibers or plastics? So many things, right? You think of polythene bags which we use to carry stuffs, as you can see here on the screen. So, what are they? They are made up of plastics. Not only that, the buckets, the cups, the saucers, plates, children toys, synthetic clothing materials. These days you have so many different types of materials which are used to make cotton or silk or artificial silk or rayon, everything. You have so many different type of material to manufacture clothes. You have automobile tires, gears, electric insulating materials, like if you look at the wires are actually made up of metals like copper wire or something, but outside the wiring there you have a covering which is generally made up of plastics. So all these kinds of materials, when we talk about machinery part or we talk about the rubber stamp or a rope, which is if you look at the rope, you see it is extremely strong and at the same time it is quite flexible as well. You can fold it the way you want, and it is so strong that it can use as for a rope climbing as well. So again, there are so many different type of threads. We can make a lot of stuff out of this. So all these things involve this kind of synthetic fiber. So basically we will introduce this lesson, what are fibers, and then we will talk about synthetic fiber, what are we take some example of synthetic fibers, and finally we will conclude the lesson on the discussion on plastics. Okay, so the first question, what are fibers? So fibers are thread filament which form the constituents of various composite material. So this is like a thread or a filament which are together form fibers, and fibers in terms fabric. If you would have ever been to a shop for buying some kind of clothes, what kind of fabric do you want? The shopkeeper asks to you. You wanted rayon, cotton, nylon, you polycot or terrycot, what cotton. So what are these? These are all different type of fabrics, and these are fabrics which are made up of fibers. Fibers are nothing but a thread-like structure, and many such thread-like structure are woven to form a fabric. Now when I say these fibers form a lot of composite materials, what do we mean by composite material? These materials, it could also be vegetable fiber, it could also be synthetic fiber. So this thread like strings or filaments, you can say, it can be natural or it can be synthetic. When I say natural, already exist in nature, and when I say that it is synthetic, it means we artificially modify it, we artificially produce it. So that is synthetic. So these thread like structure could be natural or synthetic, but both of them are used to make a wide variety of products, paper, sheets, etc. Some of the example of fibers are cotton, silk, wool. These are all example of fibers. So basically, what do you understand? Fibers are thread-like structure, and many such thread-like structure form fabric, and fibers are filament-like structure that they can exist in a continuous or a discrete along it as a pieces. Okay, right? So if you have a time, just look at a wool. So when you look at the one particular string of a wool, you see how so many strains are there. So that is woven to form a fabric. Okay, fabric is a wool, and it can be used to make a lot of woolen stuffs, sweaters, caps, gloves, and so many other things. So this is fiber. Now there are two types of fibers, natural fibers and synthetic fibers. So first let us see what are natural fibers. So the name itself say that natural, that they exist in nature. So these fibers are obtained from plant or animal sources. Now anything which is already existed in nature, that means it is obviously derived from some of the living organism. So these kind of fibers are formed either from a plant or from an animal sources. So let us look at some example. So some common example are cotton, flax, jute, hemp, coir, tree wood, wool, silk. These are all the example of natural fibers. So now you know that when you say cotton, cotton is a fiber, and so the cotton threads are woven together to form a fabric, and that fabric is used to prepare. They are used to produce shirts, frocks, pants, dresses, etc. Okay, so this is how it can be. So now from where do we get cotton? Cotton is derived from the cotton plant. It is a plant source. It is derived from the seed fiber. It is an example of seed fiber, seeds of cotton plant. You see, this is a cotton plant. This is all cotton plant look like, and this is the seeds of cotton plant, and from seeds only they get what we actually known as cotton. Similarly, talk about flax, jute or hemp. All these are skin fibers. So these are all skin fibers. What do you mean by skin fibers? So these are collected from the skin surrounding the stem of their respective plants. So when you look at the stem, this is the stem, the outermost layer of the skin of the stem. From that skin we get flax, jute and hemp. So that is why it is called skin fiber. Then you have coir. Coir is a coconut fiber which is obtained from coconut. It is a coconut fiber. So if you look at the structure of coconut, you would see that outer brown layer which is a kind of rough. So that's how the coir fabric also looks like, because it is derived from coconut. Then you have tree wood and wool and silk. So the next type of fiber is an artificial fiber. As the name suggests, these are man-made fiber. They are manufactured by man. They do not exist naturally. They do not exist in nature. So these are also known as synthetic fiber. Synthetic, man-made or artificial fiber all mean the same. Some of them of artificial fiber are nylon, rayon and polyester. So these are some common example. You would have often heard of the nylon thread or a rayon or a polyester. There are many applications of these artificial fiber. Now, a lot of research was done by the scientists to improve the naturally occurring fiber. Now, why artificial fiber came into existence? Because natural fiber which existed like silk or wool or cotton, they were pretty much expensive. So most of these artificially fibers, they are nothing but polymers. They are made up of small units called monomers. Now we will talk about artificial fiber in more detail, but we see that the properties of artificial fiber can be changed in many different ways by changing the processes by which they are produced, because these are completely under our control, in the control of human beings. So the kind of properties we want, we can alter the process of production in that way. So mostly these artificial fibers, they are comparatively cheap because when compared to the natural fiber, but at the same time they give us a feel and that look of the natural fiber. So the question is, how artificial fiber produce. So it is an interesting and important question as well. So most of these fibers are produced by the process called spinning. Now what happens in spinning? So let's see, as I told you that each of these artificial fiber, they are nothing but polymers. What do we mean by polymers? Poly means many and mers are nothing but a unit. So any such big molecule which is made up of many small molecule, that is called a polymer. So let us see what happens in this spinning. So this polymer, it is an artificial fiber basically. So initially when polymer is formed, that time it is quite thick and viscous. Then this and thick and viscous, it is passed through a device, you can say, which is called a spinner. It is look like this, spinneret. It is a disc-like structure which has holes on it. And the polymers which is viscous, that polymers come out through those holes. So spinneret exists in a lot of different shape. They have disc-like structure. They have so many holes. So what happen is, these polymers, they come out of these holes. And they are not completely liquid, but they are very viscous. That is thick liquid. So that's how they come out of these spinneret. Now since the polymers are right now kind of viscous and liquidy, so they are then solidify. And when they solidify, they form a long thin threads, and these threads are nothing but fibers. So basically this process is called spinning, because this here you see there is a spinning through a device called spinneret, and it come out as a thread. So because of this entire process, it is called spinning. Now as I said, these synthetic fiber are nothing but a polymers, large molecule which is made up of multiple repeated subunits. So the word poly means multiple. So so they are all identical units. They all just repeat themselves. So just think of this example of chain which is formed by the repetitive unit. You observe this chain is closely, you will see that it actually contains unit like this which are joined together. When they join together in a specific pattern, they form a chain like this. So basically each of these unit, it is called a polymer. So the entire chain is a polymer, but each unit of this chain is, each particular this ring is called a monomer. So a polymer consists of a multiple monomers, so multiple repeated units. So you say that the same ring that repeating again, over and over again to form a large polymer. That's a polymer. Let's take some example of polymers. Like starch is an example of polymer. So if you look at the structure of starch, this is a one unit, this is another, and the same unit is repeating over and over again, and that's how a big molecule of starch is formed. Let's take another example of nylon. What is nylon? It is a synthetic fiber or an artificial fiber. So if you look at this chemical structure of nylon, what do you see that? However, it looks quite complex, but if you try to observe, you observe that from here till here, you will actually see that these are all repeated units. These are all repeated units, correct? So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3rd, and they are all identical units, and they are all joined by an bond, an H bond, okay? You see here, there is a bond between the monomer units. So many monomer units joined together by a bond to form a polymer. So here also in this case, nylon is an example of polymer. Now you can relate this concept with the process of production of, that is spinning. So spinning, this polymer are the first form. Polymers are formed from the monomers, and their monomers are the smaller units. So the first thing that has happened is monomers will form many monomers by a process called polymerization. Several monomers get joined, and that's how polymer is formed. And this polymer will be in viscous form. So this will undergo the spinning process, pass through the spinneret, and from the spinneret what we will obtain? Fibers, and then the fibers are solidified to form the final substance. So that's how the production of artificial fibers takes place. So based on whatever we have discussed, let's just compare between natural and artificial fiber. So natural fiber, they exist naturally, but artificial, they do not exist naturally. They are man-made. Natural fiber, they are obtained from plant and animal sources because they exist naturally. So either they from some plant part they are formed or some from animal sources. For example, in case of cotton, it is obtained from the seed of the cotton plant. If you take an example of say a silk, it is obtained from a silkworm. If you take an example of wool, it is obtained from sheep or many other animals. So they are also natural fiber. They are all obtained in different plant and animal, but the artificial fiber, they are man-made. For them, you need some raw material or some reactants. For example, it is obtained from coal, petroleum, water, air. So using all these things, artificial fibers are formed. Not natural fiber, not possible to change the fiber structure because we are not making them. Something which are not creating, which we are not changing, we are not making. So how we can change their components? So artificial, it can be altered because it completely depends on us. Now, natural fiber are environmental friendly, but artificial are not environment friendly because in case of artificial fiber, the entire processes of production involved. Sometimes poisonous gas also produced during their production that really causes harm the environment. Okay. Also, there are certain fibers which are harmful for the environment. For example, is polypropylene. Natural fiber, they are more comfortable but higher price. They are quite expensive. Moreover, we do not have a control on their production. They are quite expensive, but artificial, they have lower price. They are cheap. Sometimes they are less comfortable also. So if you take a common example, take one top which is made up of cotton and another top which is made up of artificial silk. If you wear both of them, you will feel that natural fiber are more comfortable to wear. So natural fiber mostly used in clothing, whereas artificial fiber used for multiple purposes. For example, for making ropes, it is used in making parachutes. It is also used in making so many things, plastics also. So this is all about natural and artificial fiber. So in this lesson, we are going to focus more on this synthetic means artificial fiber. So in artificial fiber, we will talk about different type of artificial fiber, how are they prepared, what are their properties, and